All right, today I want to help you get the most out of your herbicide and the herbicide application so you can kind of make your food plot program as efficient as you can be. Herbicides are expensive, and when we're doing food plots and other land projects, it's nice to keep expenses down as much as we can, and that also means just utilizing the equipment and the materials you have to the best you can. So today I actually have a measuring cup. A lot of times I never really did it because I was doing little hand pump sprayers and then just walking through food plots and just kind of making it work. Well, now as we're planting a little bit bigger food plots and more areas, I just want to make sure I'm getting the most out of our herbicide, and it's good to do that even with small food plots as well. There's no sense in using way too much where that jug of glyphosate or whatever herbicide you have should actually last you a lot longer than it is. So today I've got a little measuring cup. This one is 16, or it's at least measured out to half a liter or 16 fluid ounces. This is a 2.5 gallon jug, or 2-gallon jug of glyphosate, which is a 41% concentration of glyphosate. So now we have to mix this with water to get a solution that we can spray on the weeds. And today we've got a 15-gallon sprayer attached to our ATV. You can use a hand pump sprayer, you can use bigger sprayers for side-by-sides or tractors, whatever. This applies to all of that. And the thing to remember with, it's not necessarily the concentration that you're mixing, it's the amount of glyphosate per acre. So when I'm gonna spray an acre of food plots and I want to kill off an acre of vegetation, I need to put a certain amount of glyphosate on that vegetation to kill it and to maximize that. So if you only have a 15-gallon sprayer like this one, or a 2-gallon pump sprayer, or a 50-gallon tractor sprayer, like, you just want to make sure whatever plot you're spraying or vegetation you're spraying, know roughly of how big of an area it is, because really we're going to measure out how much we want to put on this roughly acre food plot that we have. So an acre of vegetation, I'm going to use roughly 32 ounces of glyphosate in my solution. And that can be 10, 15, 30 gallons. You kind of have to adjust accordingly depending on the amount your sprayer puts out and how fast you're going. So it's just kind of a little bit of a art as you're getting used to whatever equipment you're using. But as you get a feel for your equipment, you're gonna know how much you can do with this specific tank you're using. So this tank, I know I can do about an acre of spraying. I'm just going to use a wand sprayer as I'm going by the food plot. Sometimes you got boom sprayers you can use, and those are probably even more efficient, but for what we got right now, we're just using a wand sprayer on this specific piece of equipment. And I can do about an acre spots spraying, kind of swathing it in the area, and that will be about 15 gallons of solution that I'm spraying on an acre of food plots. So I'm going to put 32 ounces of glyphosate in this 15-gallon sprayer to do about an acre. And if you have, let's say, a 50-gallon sprayer and you're trying to do 2 acres of crops, you can kind of mix that together. Like, you can plan to do the whole tank on that 2 acres, but try to use the right amount of glyphosate for that. So a 2-acre plot, now you're going to use about 64 ounces. So it's not completely an exact science. Some vegetation is going to require more than others, and this is just to at least help you guide yourself so you're not overusing or underusing your herbicide. So we're going to go ahead and measure this right now. So that's 16 ounces. I've already put 8 ounces in here already. So one more fill up of that. So typically when I'm doing this, I am filling up my tank at home and then putting it on my ATV here in the field. So typically I like to add the herbicide in there before I add the water, but what's going to happen is now we're going to drive out to whatever location we're going to spray, and this is going to jostle around and it's going to mix together really well. So by the time we get to where we're going to spray, this should be pretty well mixed. But for best results, put your herbicide in and then add your water after that, or do about half water, glyphosate, more water, just to help start creating that solution. So, but that's the key, is make sure it's getting mixed before you spray, so you have a nice consistent solution. And the biggest thing to remember as you're creating these solutions, so if you're planning to do an acre, and this is the solution you've made up is for 1 acre, it's best to go quicker through the plot and spray through the vegetation, and then if you've got more left, come back and do another pass. It can get pretty quick and easy to put too much spray as you're moving along in the plots, so utilize your time wisely and go through the plot kind of quick, get a nice coat on everything, and then if you've got more, come back, and now you're going to keep a more consistent kill throughout your plot. Okay, we are going to hop on here and get going. Okay, we are ready. This is the rig. We got the solution here. It's gonna mix on our way. I've got this motor just hooked up to the ATV here. Just kind of routed the wire around so it's out of the way. And then I can turn on and off as we go. Let's hop on. We're gonna finish spraying 1 corn food plot, then we're gonna go to another. It's gonna be about 1 acre in size that we're spraying today. See you out there.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague, we all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name, all our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be, living in a time where disease